Okay. I think we're live. Sweet. So, today we're going to be having a look at Mardini Day 10. And today's theme is grow. So, I will be making a little frog on a mushroom. That's the plan for today. Let's see how it goes. Hello, Mandy. Nice to see you here. How are you? An echo in my audio. I don't know where that would be coming from. Is it still happening, or was it just in the beginning? Because I was checking the audio on the stream just to make sure right at the beginning. So maybe that was it, like the desktop audio coming through as well. It's still happening. Incredible. Yeah, I'm. Hey, Magnus, nice to see you. How are you? I'm also not seeing or hearing. I'm definitely not seeing an echo. I'm not hearing any echo, so it's probably on your end, Mandy. But good to hear you're also working on the challenge. Hope it all goes well for you as well. Seen some great submissions from you. First Mardini, no, I've done 3 submissions now. I would have done much more, but I was hit by the flu. So I did the first day where I had a little bit of the flu, and then I absolutely crashed for a whole week and didn't get back until day 7. And then I also did yesterday. I was also playing on your Discord, Mandy. Classic. Yeah, thank you, Manus. I am also happy to be doing better. I think we'll get started here. Get started making our frog. So I'll put this off to the side, and we'll just make a new file here. And this one is called grow. Boom. I went through earlier and I made a few recipes for a bunch of this daily stuff. Just things that I do pretty much every time. Like this stage layout is pretty much the same every single time. So I thought it was a good idea to just use a recipe for that. So I think what I'll be doing is let's see here. This type of guy is the goal, but I think it might be easier to model the frog in a more splayed out pose like this, or like this layout here, and then we'll rig the frog and we'll just pose it after the fact. I think that'll be much easier. You also started using more presets. Yeah, it's super nice. The only problem is that then when you start working on a different machine, or for some reason you reset something or whatever, all of a sudden you don't know how to work anymore. All right, so let's go in the top view here. I'll just be looking at the reference off to the side here. I could, so we're mostly just going to be using curve nodes, right? So I could put it here, and then we could do the, what's it called? It's like always on top. Yeah, there it is. Control-Shift-A. There we go. Okay. So I think I'll just get started, not think way too much about it here. Let's see here. Put in a resample to try to get rid of some of that sharpness. Is it better to do it segment by segment instead? Maybe. I don't know. I think we'll move forward like this. And then I'll get a box for the middle part here. Do some subdivisions. I'll also mirror and clip this thing. Oh, what am I trying to do here? Like this, merge. And now it's just about placing things correctly. Oh, that was a full screen. Let's see here. Just want to have a look at this guy. Hey, Arby. Glad to hear it. Using some flops. That's nice. Yeah, please do. I'm excited to see what you came up with. I mean, your work always looks incredible, so I'm sure that'll be one of the best things that came out of flops. I think I'll change the pose a little bit here because I like the way this guy's legs are out like this at like 90-degree angles. I think that's going to be good for us. So I'll just move these things a little bit here. Or let's see, I did that wrong. There we go. Maybe something like that. Okay. Yeah, so as I was saying, I think it looks like he's a little bit thinner at the booty here, and then the what I assume is the rib cage kind of shows here. So we got to make sure to get that difference. So I'll just copy this over and put it into the merge. We'll take this thing, move it up. Oh, and something like that. And I think then I'll just go in and do a manual edit here. Let's see if we do like this. Because I would say that it looks like a little bit of an arrow shape, right? It's like, it's a bit thicker down here, and then it thins out up at the tip towards the head. So we'll do something like that. And then we also just need to get the head shape. So maybe something like that. It's a good start. This is obviously all just from the top view, so it's gonna be different when we get to the side. I don't think that's too bad. Then I just need to see this guy's skeleton. So we probably want to attach the arm somewhere around here. So I'll just take this setup here, copy it over. Hey, Jorge, nice to see you. How are you? I've seen you've done a lot of streams doing Mardini, right? You've done one every day? I love that. I saw you did a spider. That looked great. Okay. I think I'll just, let's see, reset. Does that clear it? I think so. And I'm in edit mode. There we go. Oh yeah. We've got a frog. Now we just need to shape it a little bit more. But it's basically there. Ah, incredible. Okay, he's a bit too thick in the side view, so we'll just have to go in and adjust our boxes here. let's see. I think also if we look at this thing, the legs are attached more at the back, at the top. So I'll have to just get this and move it up a little bit. You've been doing Mardini every night. That's great to hear. Make him a bit flatter. Okay. Yesterday you had lots of issues with Houdini. Oh no. What happened? I think I'll stretch this out a little bit more. Maybe like this. Okay, and this, I think we just want to move it down here at the back because I do think it sticks out like a rib cage, which is what it is. Crashes with Karma XPU, yeah. I've been doing all of my submissions in Karma CPU just because I don't know, it's too crashy for me. I mean, my GPU is not the most beefy GPU in the world, so I think that also just has something to do with it. It doesn't even meet the minimum requirements from side effects, so I guess that's on me. It's your first Mardini ever, and it's so much fun. You already learned so much. Yeah, it's really awesome. And I mean, especially Jan, who I just see here in the chat now, is absolutely killing it. But yeah, I mean, everyone is doing such great work. So I think this head could kind of use the same treatment as the rib cage, kind of moving it back a little bit. Thinning it out a bit at the tip. So I think we'll probably do that. Let's see, do I remember the hotkeys? There we go. Something like that. He's gonna be a funny frog, that's for sure. Oh, hey, Dennis as well. Nice to see you. How are you guys doing, Dennis and Jan? You working on your submissions as well? Let's see. I think we gotta move these arms back a little bit. Maybe just select everything there, move it back. There we go. Okay. So now I think I'll add a circle to be the cross section for the sweep here. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. So then I'll go in and try to shape the circle so it's a bit more, because these are a bit more flat. So I think I'll try to get that kind of shape. Oh, can never remember the hotkeys. It's it's always a problem. Maybe something like that. And then I think I should be able to just use the same shape here over on the legs. Yeah. You put some hotkeys on a Stream Deck for using Houdini, or for streaming. Wow. Okay. For everything. Amazing. A Stream Deck, that's like a little it's like a little plate you have standing on your desk, right? With a few buttons on it. Thanks, Jan. Yeah. Glad to hear you're doing well. Lights, OBS, Houdini, Windows stuff. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just buttons, right? So you can just use it for anything. That's pretty cool. So I think just based on how this guy's is standing on the mushroom, I don't think we're gonna see the hands or the feet, so I don't really think I want to make those. So I'll just, let's see if I can remember how to move this thing around. Oh, I cannot. There we go. So I think I'll just focus on getting the right shapes all over here with what we have already. Let's see. These are smaller, and we also need to get the scale along the curve here. So I'll just make this a smooth B-spline. Something like that, maybe. And I think he's more flat on the back. So I'll just go in and flatten the back a little bit. Is this the back? Yeah, that's the back. Okay. Something like that. Maybe we'll just pull up these two guys as well. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And I just want to try to move this box a little bit back here. Let's see, did I set the, nope, did not set the scale along curve here. So let's do that now. Could try to get that little, it's like pinching a little bit. Like he got some big old biceps. This is a strong frog. I think maybe this is a little bit too flat now. Something like that. I think so. Let's just get this. And I just want to move it back a little bit again so it doesn't kind of intersect with the head. It's a little bit difficult. These frogs they're compact creatures. I think that's it. I think we'll go for that. Maybe something like that. That kind of distribution. Let's try to adjust it on the legs as well. Kind of want that smooth bend around the knee. I don't think... Yeah, we can't do this. Then we have to add in... this is kind of cute. That's kind of cute. I don't know if I mind that. I think I'll go for that. That's funny. Let's see, I think it does need more. Maybe it needs to be a little bit thinner. And then I think it needs a little bit more space as well. So we can just take this part here and move it out a bit more. Maybe even move it down. I think this gets in too close. Yeah, something like that. Okay. A frog's gotta have some eyes as well. So let's put some eyes on this bad boy. This kind of stuff is definitely not very, it's not very Houdini. It's a lot of manual adjustments. But I don't actually think it's too bad of a process. It's... Oh, wait. I got the wrong side there, right? Yeah, there we go. It's kind of nice. It's nice that you can keep just adjusting each kind of module on its own. You're not really committing everything together at any point, which I think is great. I think we're going a little bit stylized, so I don't mind that these eyes are a bit too big. I think that's pretty cute. And then this is the head. So I think let's see, I think we'll just get these points here, just move them out a little bit. Maybe get that point, move it down, flatten his face a little. Okay. So let's try to VDB this boy. Oh yeah. Just want to go, I want to go enough that I can kind of see all of the shapes, and so the legs don't merge into the body. But also not so high that you know, you see all the super sharp creases. I don't think this is too bad. Maybe try 3. What's the best way to get reference images into the viewport, by the way? I have no idea, which is why I just have PureRef, as Jorge pointed out. I just have PureRef open as always on top. So I have this little window here I can move around and navigate my references. Oh, and now I started saving it. Don't want that. Okay, convert VDB to polygons. And we can add a smooth SDF in. Oh, it's a liquid boy. It's not what we want. There's a node called reference image that you can create on OBJ level. So you could go here and make a reference image. Ah, nice. Yeah, seems about right. And then I guess I see here you can use a cop. So maybe you could connect it to a file cop and then give it a link instead of having to download the thing onto your disk or something like that. I don't know. There's probably a lot you could do. Wow, we got a frog. Let's adjust it a bit more. Yeah, Jorge, I'm on Linux. I've been on Linux since November last year. Since they had the whole end of life of Windows 10 thing, I thought I've always wanted to try it out, so I thought I should just go all in and switch everything, and it's been working out great. So I think I actually think this is pretty decent. I mean, there's a little bit, it could be smoother and all kinds of things, but I think we'll go with this for now. And the great thing about the workflow that we're doing is that if we notice that we need more from this model, we can always go back and adjust it later. For example, this rib cage is very geometric still. I don't think it'll matter, but we'll see. You've been thinking about it, but you still need to use After Effects. Yeah, I've heard that especially the Adobe products are hard to get working. No Mardini for you today, Dennis? That's too bad. But yeah, I think it sounds like they're developing Windboat or something, which sounds promising. What's it called? Capture. See, I haven't done this in a while. Is it bone capture? Proximity? And then we have quite a bit of our skeleton already, because we have these input curves here. So we can kind of merge them and mirror. But maybe we want to do mirror skeleton instead. let's see. I'm trying not to think too hard about this, but yeah. Always end up overthinking things in Houdini. Yeah, E is the hotkey for scale, as in scale. Exactly. That's true. So this is leg, and this is arm. That's the frog mesh. Then we also just want to get a spine. So let's see here. I'll enable some snapping, grid snapping. Do a thing like that. And we can disable the snapping. Move it around a bit. And add in some extra points. So we probably want one here so we can adjust the head. And I mean, it's probably not going to bend much here. So I don't know, maybe just one here, kind of to match the shoulder area. One down here in the abdomen region. And just somewhere like there. I don't know. Making up a frog rig. So that's a spine. Merge that in as well. Let's try to see here. Bone deform. What are we complaining about? No valid roots found. Okay. That's, yeah, well, that makes sense. Sorry, so it's like this. And there. Let's drop down a rig pose. And I'm guessing this is because some of it hasn't been captured because because it's only getting the stuff that's close to the skeleton. Nope, that's the right arm. And this is the right leg. Mirror it. I don't know about this result. Why why is it doing that? It's also not grabbing the spine properly, is it? Is it because it doesn't have orientations? Yeah. All right. It's because it doesn't have orientations. Can't expect Houdini to make any assumptions for you. Yeah. All right. Let's try to make this smoother. Yeah. I think we're gonna need the what's it called? The other capture method, which is biharmonic capture. And I can never remember how this one works. Let's try to see here if we can get some help. The suggested setup for generating such a tetrahedral mesh from the skin geometry is to use a TET conform, as Jorge also just pointed out. Okay, so you need a TET conform and a bone capture lines. Okay, and I'm guessing the TET conform connects to the frog mesh to turn it into tetrahedrons. Okay. And then bone capture lines, does that take the tetrahedrons or does it take the skeleton? And a bone capture line subs as its second, so it's like this. And then capture geometry, skin geometry. Seems about right. Nice. All right. And we put that in there. And we get another rig pose. Wait. Hey, Fred. Nice to see you. How are you doing? Yeah, this is much better. There we go. I always think this setup is so magical. It's like you don't really have to think a lot to get a decent capture. I mean, this is still wonky as hell, but it's much better than what it was before. So I think if we have time, which I doubt we will, I'll go in and do some manual painting to fix it up. But at this point, I'm just happy with what we got here. You're here late. What are we doing? So we're doing Mardini day 10. The theme is grow. And I found this little picture of a frog on a mushroom, which I really liked. So we're doing a frog on a mushroom. So right now we've been doing the frog. And we got a rigged frog So it's ready. It's ready to go on its mushroom. So now is kind of the time to start making a mushroom. I keep getting my hand wrong on the keyboard, so I keep keep getting the right letters, but just one key off. So this is frog, and now we make a mushroom. So we'll just do the classic make a curve, then sweep it. To make this mushroom here. And we'll do some VDB stuff as well, I think, just to get it all smoothly brought together. So let's see here. What's this kind of... I'm guessing it used to be rounded like this, but then the frog sat on top of it, and then it got kind of deflated or something. So I'm just trying to think here. I think, because it would be nice to have these ridges as well. But we are doing it a little bit stylized, so I think we can get away with a... Actually, let's just do a box again and subdivide it. Then we'll move this box up here. Oh, I didn't notice I was doing it on the side. Oh well. I think we'll just do something like that. Subdivide this even more. Like this. And then I'll just clip the bottom of it. Like so. And then we'll do a... Let's see, what's a good way of doing this? Could it be maybe a line? Because I think if I do this, and then I do a sweep, I set it to be pretty wide, and I start thin, and then I set this to columns. Just increase this by a lot. And we do another sweep. Yeah, it's not too bad. They're a bit less round though, and a bit more sharp. So I don't know if we just decrease like that. Could even be that we need to add in Let's see. I think what we'll do is we'll just take a circle and shape it by hand again. Do a bit of a sharper shape like that. Could be we just use fewer divisions as well. Something like that. Yeah, it's not too bad. And then we just need to line this up. Scale down the radius a bit. Let's see here. I think it got the orientation a bit wrong now that it was laid down on the side. Let's just try to see if we rotate this thing. Maybe not. Does it need more attributes? I think it probably does. There we go. That's more stable. Yeah. All right. There we are. Yeah. All right. Now we got a mushroom. Need to turn it up like that. So now, just blocking things out, now we can get our frog on top of our mushroom. I guess we just gotta scale down our frog a little bit. Or maybe scale up our mushroom, actually. It's better, considering he's already captured and everything. Something like that. Okay, and I think we want to, just so we can control the whole skeleton from this, I think we should probably, what's it called, parent joints? Yeah, I think we should probably parent the hips like so. Let's see here. That's the wrong way around. Like that. There we go. And the arms as well. There we go. So now this is like this is the root of the skeleton. Wait, no, like this. Grab them all, put them under. There we go. Calculating the capture. All right. Okay. Yeah. Incredible. I wonder if this posing job would be much easier if this was an Apex rig. Probably would be, but we're not that smart. Oh, that's a funny orientation this bone has. Ooh. I mean, so frogs. Oh, do the arms connect that low? It's like way down at the belly almost. Does this dude have any shoulders? What the hell? Or does it kind of wrap around here and then connect to the collar here? Yeah, I don't know how accurate this is. Is this just like a completely bastardized version of frog anatomy? Maybe it is. And this dude is the same, so I think we should get that. We don't want it up at the shoulders if frog's arms are down there. So back to the drawing board. Cutting open some frogs? Yes, we are. Certainly are. And I guess we can probably maybe make the orientations of the joints better by getting some 90-degree angles or something. Or maybe we could get it even better by having them be straight. I think we'll just hope that the legs are okay. If not, then we'll redo them later. Yes, and now his arms are in a completely weird place, but this looks much more natural, the way that it connects to the body now. So that's great. How are you, by the way, Philip? You doing well? You doing Mardinis today? I saw your what's it called? Your octopus arm yesterday. Looked amazing. Let's see, we'll just clear this posing, start over. The whole gang is here. Yes, indeed. Man. Okay. We gotta get that frog leg look. Man, this guy's butt is great. Would you look at that? Isn't that amazing? We did it. We shaped the frog leg. Incredible. You didn't even get to submit it in time, Philip. That's too bad. It was a good one, though. Oh my god. This is it's a great frog. This is what you can do when you have 2 hours. Let's see. We'll give him a little bit of he's a little curious. What? What's going on? Let's see here. This orientation is a bit weird. Want to try to see if we can fix that. So let's see, because I asked this to be along the curve normal. Don't think that's a good idea. Let's try to see here. I think we should get we should get this completely for free, this change. Yeah, and we did. Incredible. So it's gonna be hopefully easier to pose now. No. Why not? So let's visualize rig. So I just want one of these axes to actually be pointing up in the world. And that's what I was hoping would happen. It's because I'm changing the wrong thing. Okay. Well, that would make sense. Okay, that's better. Yeah, now they will be easier to pose. So let's see. This this reference picture is from a website about what dogs can eat, and so there's a little dog in the corner of this frog picture, and I guess that means other dog owners also experience their dogs eating frogs, because that's certainly, my dog certainly loves frogs. Go in there. We get this other arm. Great. Oh, it's T. There we go. Okay. So I think at this point we should start to think about the camera. So I think I like the idea of looking from the bottom, just so we get the nice mushroom ridges, and we also get to see the frog. We get to hide the fact that it doesn't have fingers or toes. I think something like this could be nice. And let's see, I think I'll just change the HDRI here to this one. I don't know, I think they said that you are technically allowed to use HDRIs that aren't inside of Houdini already, that's nice. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is fine. Usually it's just like a little bit of a base, right? And then you have to do all the hard work yourself anyway. Okay. I think I'll focus in a bit on it more, because I think we don't have that much time, so we'll put it somewhere like that. And let me just try to get my frog here. I think I want to just rotate him a little bit. Get a bit of a better silhouette, something like this. So we get the arm free there. And I think maybe I could, just for the sake of the silhouette, I could move. Oh, I could rotate this leg out a little bit. Oh, I got the butt. There we go. Something like that. Then you really get that frog leg. And this one we can just rotate down, just so it's not confusing. And I think we could even rotate this one out a little bit. Maybe we'll get the butt again, just so maybe we're able to see it. That's a little bit scuffed, but I think it adds a little bit. Maybe not. Nah. I think let's see if we can get that hidden. Hidden behind the body. I regret that. Okay. We'll leave it there. I just heard that my girlfriend came home, so I'll just go for a couple of minutes and then I'll be back in a few minutes. All right. I am back. I think we're only allowed to use HDRIs from the content library or Grayscale Gorilla Studio. Ah, okay. I don't know. I thought I saw a forum post or something from one of the side effects guys about specifically about HDRIs, but I'm not sure. I don't know how to find it again, so I wouldn't bet on it if I was trying to win, but yeah. Okay, let's see. We got some more adjusting to do here. Because I think these gotta be a little bit wider. Oh, you gotta go, Jorge? That's alright, man. have a good night. I'm excited to see your submission for this one. And thanks for joining in. Okay, so any HDRI can be used. Well, that's great. That's just great. Let's see, let's get some shaping on this mushroom here. And, oh, we need some more, points on this thing, don't we? So gotta resample this. I mean, I guess we could literally just, don't need to resample it. We could just add more points here. And there we go. Okay. That's too much noise. Yeah, Philip, it's a bit of a loose take on the on the brief for today. So the growing is just, it's a plant. So plants grow. I guess frogs grow as well, right? In some sense. So that's the growing. And we'll just do a VDB. And looks like we need some more columns here. My dog just joined me in here. So we'll see if he's gonna be more chill than last time, or if it's gonna be impossible to do anything now. Let's see, let's get this to be a B-spline instead. Make it a bit more smooth. Make sure to convert that to polygons. And we can subdivide this even more as well. Okay. So I think we need some kind of a background element in the composition here. So in this one we got some trees. We also got some I don't know, looks like some grass or maybe something off a branch or something that fell down. I think we'll put a tree in the background. I think I'll just use that trunk generator from labs. We'll just place that somewhere. Let's see if we get 2 views, so I can place it in one view and still see it in the camera. Yeah, this frog is massive. It's a massive frog. So we gotta get an even bigger trunk here. Maybe something like that. And we could just, let's see, could copy it one time over. I think I'll just tilt it a little bit. And I think also, just now that I'm thinking about it, this camera is a focal length of 50. Maybe we just want to make it 20, 25, something like that. Then go in like this. Let's get an even more intense angle here. You know what? No. No. I think it was better before. We'll leave it there. Will we? I can't make up my mind. I'll do 25. It's just a bit more fun, isn't it? There we go. Okay. And we'll just have 2 trees. Move this one off in the background somewhere. Something like that. Let's see, we'll merge these 2 guys here and we'll name them trees, like that. And we'll name this mushroom. And let's see here. Just add a bit of that adaptivity there. Oh, doggy is talking. He really wants attention. But I gotta do Mardini, don't you get it? Okay, so what I was thinking is that maybe we can scatter some of the mushrooms in the background as well, just to get a little bit of perspective going on. So I think I'll add a ground plane here as well. And add a bit of a mountain. Get some roughness. Did you check out the new Entagma laser thing? Excellent Vex raying goodness. I haven't checked it out yet, but I saw that it came out. It looks very interesting. Did you check it out, Philip? Did you learn a bunch? Maybe something like this. Okay, and then we can do some scatter. And now I need to remember that I made a recipe. So I just made a recipe from one of my other Mardini submissions for scattering, because this is something that I do quite often, and you know, you always just end up having to redo it, but yeah, it's just nice to have the nodes all set up the way you want them. So we'll take the mushroom and put it into the copy to points instead of this platonic, and we'll see. I've probably scattered a ton of mushrooms now. Yeah, you learn about reflect and refract functions. Super well explained. Nice. I gotta check that out. It sounds interesting. I'm not sure why my machine is chugging on this, because I'm pretty sure I set the copy to points to pack an instance. But I also know that sometimes the recipe system doesn't get all parameters, so maybe that's one of the parameters that it doesn't get, which is, that would be unfortunate if that's the case. You have preset wrangles for rotate around normal and stuff like that. P-scale wrangle recipe. Yeah, that's a great idea. It's just nice to have these things that you end up doing over and over again. Okay. Yeah, so we ran out of memory. I'm guessing that would happen because of the copies not being packed. So that's unfortunate. It's not a it's not a good advertisement for using recipes, is it? Let's see. Let's see how much work we lost here. Hopefully nothing. Ah, nothing. Nice. Okay, so I'll set this to manual update and then select the copy to points. And yep, that's right. The recipe system doesn't get the pack an instance parameter. Or I just missed it. That could also very well be. But now I don't think we should have any issues here. So we'll get the mushroom, plug it in. Let's see this. There we go. Hey Alex, you joined to watch me grill my computer? Well, you got it. It happened. It got grilled. So, let's see here. Don't love this one in the foreground, but other than that, it's pretty decent. I think we could potentially have one in the foreground, but then it needs to be way down here in the corner. Yeah, perfect timing. How are you doing, Alex? And hey, Zach. Nice to see you here. How are you? And Hard9 as well. Hello. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, I'm on Linux, yeah. On Cashy OS. I switched back in October at the end of, or October, November, something like that, at the end of Windows 10's lifetime. So let's see here. I want to get rid of this foreground one. So we could obviously just play around with seeds. That would be one way to do it. But then, yeah, as I suspected, there would be other things we didn't like. You're still alive, Alex. That's great. Too much work. Otherwise good. That's nice. Yeah, I'm good as well. I'm, yeah, just kind of getting by at the moment. Doing some more teaching work, which is nice. I like that. And right now I just have some time to do Mardini and to prepare what's next, which is awesome as well. Yeah, Cashy OS works well with Houdini. I actually did a blog post here as a little first time test. My dog is really distracting me, sorry. But yeah, so I did a little blog post here. I'll just copy the link and paste it in chat. Which is about my experience installing Cashy OS and Houdini. And just some of those caveats that, coming from Windows, you wouldn't know what to do. At least I didn't. And then I spent a bunch of time Googling stuff. Can you see the doggo? I can lift him up. microphone is kind of in the way. But there he is. Okay, so what I was doing here was I just wanted to blast one of the copies here. So I'll just get this one, blast it, and plug it in. There we go. Yeah, he's a cute little boy. So I think we need to start getting into some rendering soon, or we're gonna run out of time. I don't think this is too bad. This is pretty good. I think I want to be able to see the HDRI in the background just to get some free detail there. So I'll enable this render light geometry. And then we'll just get some depth of field going as well. So because the scale we're in is completely wrong here, I'll have to drop down the f-stop to some ridiculously low value to get the depth of field that I want. So we're kind of cheating. But that's fine. That's allowed, right? Something like that is pretty good. I think I'll turn down the brightness of this HDRI a little bit, and I also just want to make sure that I'm seeing this with the ACES LUT. There we go. So then maybe it doesn't need to be dropped as much. Something like this. Maybe actually not at all, because everything is white right now and it's going to be darker eventually. So now I think we need to start putting some shaders on things so we can get a render out in a reasonable amount of time. We're closing in on 2 hours. We've been talking about a lot of other stuff and doing other things as well, so let's get this wrapped up. So I think for the frog, I want to get some color on this guy. Ah, I can never get the hotkeys right for PureRef here. So I think we'll just give him like a brighter underside and then a darker top. But I'll just paint a mask so I can adjust it in the shader. We're doing things the very non-procedural way today. Everything, almost everything today has been manual processes. Let's see, something like this. And this stuff doesn't even really matter. We don't see it, but oh well. Okay. So that's the mask, and I'm assuming it retains the mask all the way through here. Yes, it does. That's great. We'll make a frog material. Oh, what are all of these? Is that another one of those things? Yep, it is. Ah, no, it's not another one of those recipe things. I should have. So we need to remember to make a point instancer so that the instancer comes in as this, well, point instancer rather than just individual primitives as it was before. Okay. So we got a frog material. Put in our frog. And we'll get the mask attribute. That's called mask. Let's just try to plug it into the base color. Oh yeah. Now we're cooking. Oh, the other way around. There we go. So the bottom of him is a bit brighter. Kind of desaturated. Something like this. And then his back side is something like that. Oh yeah. And we'll just give him some subsurface as well. So plug that into the subsurface color. Make the radius a little bit orange, and then turn down the scale. There we go. Yeah, thanks, Alex. We're fighting hard to do Mardini and to not go crazy in the process. Gotta make a mushroom material as well. Let's get that on both the mushroom and on the instancer. So this mushroom is a bit of this is just like the same color all over pretty much, but I think I want to do a bit more of like a cartoony mushroom. So this bottom part here will be pretty bright, and then the top will be some other color, maybe red, probably red. So we'll just do that same trick as before, just make a mask. And let's see here, just want to go here. And we'll just paint a mask. Again, completely non-procedural. We're just hand painting a mask. Bet you thought you were gonna see Houdini stuff here today. Yeah, see you around, Hard9. Take it easy. All right. That's a mask. Let's see, I think I put in, yes, to make a rand attribute, so we can use that to just adjust the colors for each of the mushrooms, hopefully. So we'll get the mask attribute again and plug it into a ramp. Plug the ramp into the base color, like so. And the top here will be a bit red. We'll have like a desaturated yellowish down here. And we'll plug that into the subsurface color as well. Just do pretty much exactly the same thing as with the frog. Get the radius to be just a little bit orangey. Then turn down the scale. Maybe something like this. It's looking pretty nice. I think we could make that mask go out a little bit further though. See, I'll just color this green just so I know where to find it if I want to adjust it again. Pierrick just posted his Grow Mardini still. Absolute stunner. That sounds great. Maybe I can find it here. It's on the forum. And it's a still. It's not loading the images for me for some reason. It's too bad. I believe you, Philip. In any case, everyone should go check out the forums, see the submissions. We should get an output node here as well, just so we don't make the mistake of being upstream when we go onto the stage. Yeah, there we go. That's better. And then I was thinking that we could use this. No, that's a detail. I'm getting getting caught up in details now. We need to finish up instead. So I almost always just like taking this unified noise and changing it to fractal, set the post process to not clamp, increase the frequency a little bit, and turn up the octaves and the diminish. And then this is one of those things that I need to turn into a recipe as well. So then we'll just do a minus 0.5 to 0.5 range, because by default the fractal goes from somewhere around minus 0.5 to 0.5 rather than 0 to 1. We'll plug that into the ramp. And let's assign this material. Let's see here. Just want to make sure that I'm seeing the correct things. I am. All right. And probably also just seeing that the roughness is way too low. Usually I like turning this down a little bit as well, just to not get such a harsh specular reflection. There we go. It's looking a bit better. And we could just take this noise as well and just do a bit of an offset on it, increase the frequency, and put that into a bump. Put it into the normal. Just to add a bit more detail. I'm not sure we're gonna see it here because of the denoiser, but maybe in the final render it'll show up and make a difference. Okay, so then we'll make the tree material. And we should just assign that as well. Trees. And I will steal the noises from here. Noises and colors. And then, let's see here. Just want to take a look at my reference. So I think we can make the ground a bit brighter and a bit redder, and then we can make these trees stand out as dark shapes. but they should be less saturated. What's tomorrow's Mardini? Tomorrow's Mardini is disintegrate. Haha, I see what they're doing. It's the opposite of grow. I'm not sure why the trees are showing up so dark. Is it because of the bump? I don't know. You'll do that one? Yeah, that sounds like a task for you. Okay, so let's turn down the frequency here, and then we'll just stretch it a bit, so it looks a bit more like trees. This is a very bright tree, so I don't think that's quite right. Maybe just something like this. And honestly, I don't think the bump is gonna matter that much. We'll put it in anyway. We'll just put it in. Just decrease the strength a little bit. Okay, and then a bit of a warmer ground. It's gonna be hard to go warmer than this. It's probably the lighting needs a bit more warmth then. So we'll start working on that. So we'll get a rectangle light and just utilize these if it'll work. There we go. Utilize these nice Solaris tools here for lighting. Just make this a little bit warm. And I'll just use this spotlight feature here just to limit its influence on the scene a little bit. Yeah, now the frog is is looking very wet. Let us make him less wet. So we'll just increase the specular roughness a bit here. And maybe we'll also just get a noise on him, just on the bump. So just turn up the frequency a bit, give it some octaves, turn up the diminish, and turn off clamp output, then into a bump. Give it some height. Into the normal, there we go. Then we'll decrease the strength of it. I think I'll just set the render region here so we can focus in on the frog. Let's see here. I think it would be nice if it's something that we can see, but this is too much. Maybe like this, and then what we can also do is use this mask here to influence the roughness. So if we just set this to, I think it's the top is a value of 0. Stop working on it right now. Creed would gladly use it as an album cover with the render region activated. Yeah. So the top right now is a value of 0. And we want that to be reversed because I want the top to be less wet feeling than the bottom. So then I'll set this to the top to something like 0.6 and then maybe the bottom to 0.2. And ideally we should blend in some kind of a noise or something, but I think we're fine. I think we're fine without it. Okay. Clear render region. So I think even though I've been considering not doing it, it would be kind of nice to to get some kind of stuff going on in the background. And I'm kind of wondering if we can just get away with maybe some bushy shapes or something. I don't know. I just don't like the HDRI that much. Let's see here. So what I'm considering is just kind of taking a box and turning it into a VDB. Scatter. And then put a leaf shape on it. And this is where I should be using my recipe. So configure scatter. Let's see, we don't need this part here. We'll get a leaf. Oh, not a leaf generator, just a simple leaf. Like so. And we'll just give it a, let's see, we'll just give it a random normal. Isn't that what it's asking for? Yeah, there we go. Let's see if we can get away with this. So this instancer is gonna be leaves. Gotta remember that. And leaf. I don't know. Okay, and then we'll put this in here. Ta-da! It's not what we wanted, not exactly. So let's look through the camera and get to viewports. And we'll just kind of move this into the composition. We could maybe we could get away with putting it somewhere up here. And let's see, we need to remember to actually pack this. And I'm just trying to get it to kind of frame the frog a little bit. Oh, wanted to duplicate that and merge it over. I'm kind of hoping, because of the depth of field in the scene, that we're not really going to see it as a problem, that this is just kind of floating off in space next to the tree. But we'll see if that's the case in a minute. Should probably scatter some more points. And then this is very perfect, so I think I'll just add in a mountain just after the scatter. Just something like that. Let's try to see how that feels. This is not even too bad. It's not too bad. I think we'll want to make it a bit more dense. Yeah, that's all right. And then I'm kind of thinking we might be able to get away with just reusing this setup to make some bushes on the ground. So I'll just subdivide this to get the shape a bit more rounded. We'll scale it up. And then get the same thing over on the other side. Just way in the background here. And maybe just one more way in the back. Let's see how that's looking. Oh yeah, and then we need to up the point count, because now we have more area to cover. $35,000. That's not too bad. Thank you, Philip. I think now I just wanna scatter some leaves on the ground as well, I think. Or maybe some sticks or something. Could be some sticks would be good. And also maybe just for the composition, it would be good to kind of get this area closed off up here. And I don't know if that should be done with more leaves. Like maybe we could take this one and just, let's see here. I don't know if we could do something like that. get away with that? I think so. I think so. Yeah, then again, same thing. We need more leaves. We'll increase to 50,000. I got the wrong number there, didn't I? 50,000. May not be for this one, but GSG has some nice new gravel materials. Very good for breaking up grounds. Yeah, I think that's what I think we need to do. We need to add a little bit of something to break it up. I'm just thinking, is it sticks or is it something else? I think it should be something else probably. But honestly, you know what? Let's do sticks. Oh, I turned on XPU there. Dangerous. We'll end up crashing. Let's do sticks. Let's do a quick sticks setup. So we got our ground. So all we really need to do is make a tube. Elongate the tube. Give it just a few rows here. Decrease the radius a bit. We'll give it end caps as well. And let's see here. I think it's not the right way to go about it. Make a line instead. Give it some like 4, 5 points. You'd cover everything in dense bushes so I don't have to worry about the background. Yeah, could be we'll go back and add more bushes. I think it's not a bad call. Okay, like so. And do a sweep. And then another mountain. Even thinner. Maybe just some like this should be fine. And we'll do another scatter here. And this one we'll call sticks. Careful with the assets if you want to submit. Yeah, I mean, I'm making everything inside of Houdini, so I don't think I have anything to worry about there. Oh, wait, this is the... This render is held together by sweep nodes. Yeah, that's most of my work. Let's see, where did I make the ground? Is this the ground? This is the ground. Okay, and remember to pack an instance. And then with this scatter and align here, just wanna, let's So I think we gotta make this lie down instead of standing up by default. There we go. Okay. We'll plug that into the merge as well. All right. And I think I just want to scatter. Do I want to scatter more? No, I don't think so. It's not sticking out enough, in your opinion? I get it. I think maybe I'll just, let's see here. Oh, that's probably too much. Just wanted to lift it a little bit. There we go. And then if we make a material for them, sticks. We'll get the rand attribute, which is just a random float for each of the sticks. We'll put this into a ramp. Set the base color. We need to remember to link the material. To this one. Let's see here, and just a few of them could also just be a bit brighter like this. Which we're not even really seeing, are we? That's a bit more visible now. Yeah, I'm almost thinking, Alex, like you said with the bushes, that I just kind of want to cover this area a bit more. And this here as well. So I think just adding in 2 more bushes there would do some good. I think these sticks aren't really, they're not really adding a lot. I think it's just because, well, they're not, as you said, they're not sticking out. So we'll just need to get some higher contrast on them, I think. You would cover the entire frame in foliage. We could try it out. We could try just like a a wall of foliage. I think it could also be interesting with like a little foreground thing, but I don't know if that's gonna mess up the scale or something. Let's try. Let's try to make some changes here in SOPs, and then we'll come back in a bit. So if we wanted to add a wall of foliage. Wait, what am I changing here? That's the mushroom. I'm getting lost in the sauce. Okay, here we go. And we'll get to viewports. Let's try to get this one just back here. It is worth a shot for sure. Let's try to see what this does. I think I'll just add some more divisions to this thing and then give it a bit of a mountain before we go in. Something like this. Then put it in there. And then I think we need this to be a lower voxel size. Maybe the mountain is too strong here. Maybe this needs to be just a little bit thicker. Let's see if that's thick enough. Not at all. Not at all. It's interesting, but definitely not thick enough. I think we could do like we could do a let's see here. So we don't need to worry about that. We could do a separate scatter here and then merge. Like so. Because then this can go back to being 50,000. And we can group these. That's the wall points. And we can do an adjust float for the P scale. On the wall group. then we can just make them bigger. It is kind of just a noisy composition element. Doesn't need the same level of detail as the foreground. I don't hate this. Just want to test if we do some kind of dappled lighting or something. If that'll work. Let's try to see here. Yeah, so the viewport was running a bit slow, so I just turned off the viewport lighting. See if I can remember how to set this up. So if I wanted to set up a gobo, so I need to turn down the spread. Maybe we don't need a gobo. No, I think we do. Maybe not. Kind of getting it for free here with the leaves. It's kind of neat. All right. I keep forgetting, but I wanted to give the frog those dark, glassy eyes as well. Right now it just has these green blobs on top of its face, which is not ideal. But I think this is working out pretty well. We could try to get another one into the background too. I think we should try to get it over here. Yeah, something like that. It's pretty good. Eyeless frog. Yeah, indeed. He don't have no eyes. Let's try to just want to try to see if I increase the size of this thing, if it breaks what we have going on or if it just makes it better. Because I think I like that it catches this mushroom a little bit. Maybe. Yeah, it's not too bad. Sweet. Okay, time to give the frog eyes. And then I think we're pretty close to calling it done. So we got the frog mesh here. Yeah, so his eyes are just a little bit offset from that bulge there. So we'll take this and just duplicate it over. But this time we'll just merge it after the convert VDB and after the attribute paint, because I'm not sure. I think that one is point count based. There we go. And then just scale these down a little bit. Move them over. Something like this. Yeah. Maybe it should be moved down a bit. I think so. That's nice. Okay, and we could potentially name... Let's see here. We could potentially just name this frog eyes. And then this part up here will still be frog. So now when we go out here, everything should stay the same, except we now have the frog mesh. The frog eyes as a mesh. And it did. Nice. We'll make an eyes material. And we'll just make that super dark. And then maybe use a coat with a very low roughness. Very cute. All right. I think I just want to play around now with adding in a fog box, and then I will call it a day. Since it's a CPU render, I'll have to just leave the computer while it's rendering and then come back to do comp. So you won't get to see the final image here, but you'll see a very finalized version. Okay, great. I think that's probably the shadow density, right? Just killing all the light. Yeah, Alex, XPU is a little bit crashy for me. I think just especially while running the stream, it's probably mainly that. But yeah. And I also, I don't know, I like the stability of CPU, and I like how fast it is to get to the, well, to start rendering, basically, to start seeing something. So yeah, I've just decided that I'm gonna do most of these with CPU. Let's see, I think it would do some good to make it kind of a warm green, just give it a little bit of that atmosphere. It'll probably take something like 10 to 15 minutes or something like that for this render to finish. And that's, of course, then it needs denoising as well. I have a what do I have? I don't have the fish console here. So I don't remember how to check that here, aside from getting up the fish console. I think it's an AMD 5900. Something like that. Is that a CPU? Yeah. This one. That was pretty fast. It's this one. It's a pretty decent CPU. It's nice. Okay. You missed the days when CPUs were either Pentium 60 or Pentium 90. See, I don't remember those days. I didn't get into this until I was looking at, I think that was an i7 3700, the first CPU that I bought. So that's not even, it's not too long ago. So these renders settings here are very low. So this is 9 primary samples on the CPU renderer. I'm not quite tuned into using these compared to using the XPU samples, so I don't really know what's a good balance here. But what I've been using for the other challenges is I saved it as a preset, so I've been using this to look at things in the viewport, where I've just increased the diffuse and refraction limits and volume a bit. And then I've been using this one with 25 primary samples as the final render settings, which usually works out pretty good. Like then the denoiser can catch most of the stuff that's going on. But yeah, I think, I don't know. Because I want to just keep adding to it, but I think we're nearing 3 hours now. So I think I want to call it here. And then I'll do some comp on my own. And then this submission will be done. Maybe just increase the strength of the key light a little bit. Yeah, I think that's a good choice. Okay, yeah. So thank you so much everyone who joined. It's nice to chat with you all along the way. Looking forward to seeing you next time, hopefully. And those of you who are participating in Mardini, good luck. Everyone is doing great so far, so I'm excited to see your submissions as well. Yeah. Bye.